welcome back to Big Bang Crypto. My name is Sam, and in today's video I want to show you why I think that this bull market is different to the previous one and what we can expect in the next 2 weeks and till September, because I think that in September this bull market is very likely to come to an end and that we start the bear market. Now, as you can see right here, this is a chart that I've created a long time ago, and I'm using it in some of my videos to show you the bigger picture. And now what you can see right here in this video is that the current bull market, as you can see right here, is a lot different than the previous one. The previous one was more longer. It took a little bit till it really took off, but this one is just taking off from the beginning. As soon as we cross this green fib circle, and I've really talked a lot about this green fib circle, and I really think that the fib circle constellation I have on this chart makes a lot of sense for Bitcoin. Now, but important is, as you can see, this bull market is really going into the vertical, and if we compare it to the last one, we can see a lot of difference here. This has been longer, but the bull markets before this one, as you can see, have the same shape. They're really starting to go into the vertical right from the beginning. And so I think that we should compare the current bull market with this bull market at that time to understand what is likely, because we all know that at a certain point a very sharp correction is going to come, and I want to show you the price levels which I think are the most important ones. Now, what you can see here is that I've been connecting the highs of every bull market with this line here. This is a curve that I did myself, so this is nothing spectacular, but I really can get all these important points on one line, and this gives us a target of $108,000 if we should really move up in 1 or 2 weeks up to this line. Of course, I don't think that this will happen, but at some point we're going to reach these targets. So something like $120,000 that could make sense in June, or when I say that September is the beginning of the bear market, then I think that if we make this one a little bit longer, then we can say that in September of this year, Bitcoin should be at a price of approximately $160,000. All right, this could be the end of the bull market. Of course, at that time we have to take a look and see if we're able to break through this. Then this theory has its invalidation. But yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense here, this line. Now, something else that we can see when we compare the current bull market with this bull market is that we had a first very huge run-up and a sharp correction at this point. And in my Discord channel yesterday, I said that I think a 70% correction makes a lot of sense. And if we just make a simple calculation here, then we can see that this is 80% at that time, and then we continue to move up. Now, a 80% correction right now would bring us down to around $8,000, right? If we just would crash down. I don't think that this is going to happen. I don't think that we will start coming down now. Of course, everything is possible, but I don't think that this is what we can expect right now. And I want to give you the target that is important. But before I give you the target, I want to show you or make clear that this bull market had two states. So the first state is right here. So we have the first top right here. We have our 80% correction, and then we start to move up again until we reach the real high, the all-time high at that time, and start to go into this very long bear market, right? So this is not a bear market. It's a very short one. This is just a correction on the way up, and then we really come to the all-time high. And so I think that this is what we're about to see in the next 2 or 3 weeks, to see Bitcoin go up a little bit more, and then seeing that 80% correction, and then moving, consolidating, and then really starting to go up to this yellow line, and that brings us to September. That makes a lot of sense. So if I just draw what I'm expecting here is something like we go up, then we see a sharp correction down here, and then we start to consolidate here until we really start taking off again and reach this target and then fall into our bear market. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Now I know that I said many times that my target for this bull market is up here at this level, so something at $800,000 or maybe the $1 million, right? But I don't think that the time now is the time to say that we're going to reach $1 million. I think $1 million, or let's say $500,000, is the target for the next bull market, which will start, I don't know, in 2 or 3 years, not now. This one will bring us to $100,000 or $160,000. I think at $100,000, a lot of people will think that's it. We're going to drop, but no, Bitcoin is about, it will surprise the masses and just move forward and reach that 160,000 before it really collapses and goes down to a target down here, maybe 50,000, maybe 30,000. But we will see it at that time when we know at which point we're topping out. So I think this is what's going to happen. We're going to reach this target at 160,000, go above 100,000, and then at 160,000 we start to go into the bear market and have a huge correction because everybody's expecting 500,000. We have a nice moment above 100,000 going to 160,000. Everybody's like, oh God, we will go to the million, and then it would turn around and just crash down. All right. So this is what I think is going to happen, and I want to give you the first target here, which I think is very likely to give us this sharp first correction. And for that, we have to take a look at this chart here, which I also created a long time ago. I think it was at the beginning of 2020, and there I already said that the middle channel will play a crucial role during the coming months, and this is exactly what is happening right now. I told this my subscribers at the beginning of 2020, and here we are. Why did I say that? Because if we go back to the history, we can see that this middle channel line here has always been a very important part of Bitcoin's price movement. And we've been just going through this resistance down here. We've been going through this, and we're now up at this line here, which also played a really big role through Bitcoin's history. And as you can see, we're now at this level. So this is, if my lines are correct, then we're talking about $45,000 approximately as the first resistance zone. That's going to bring us a little bit of problems. So maybe we see 2 weeks of going down, and then I think we're going to go up to this red line here, to the top resistance, which is at approximately $55,000. So we're going to go through $50,000. People like, okay, we're going to $100,000, and then it's just going to give us that 70 to 80% correction. And as you can see, this red line up here also played historically a very important part. As you can see, we have so many important, so I mean really, really important contacts here that had a really huge role in Bitcoin's price movement. So when we crossed it here, we had a very big pump. When we fell below it, we had a very big drop. We had a huge support here, falling below it, going all the way down, and moving above it, going all the way up. So this is what I think is the most important part right now. If we're able to move above $55,000, depending on when we will reach this, so if it happens in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we're talking about $55,000. But let's give it a range of $50,000 to $55,000. I think this has a big chance to give us the first sharp correction that is going to bring us down. And if we drop from this level here 80%, then we're talking about a retest of 10.8K. Now this level makes a lot of sense because of the price action here. So a retest, a weekly retest of this zone, right? So if I give it just, if I put a line through it, bring it a little bit lower here to have those really important stages. So making it white. So like I said, if we drop from up here, let's say up here, and get a 80% correction, we're nearly going exactly down to this level, retesting it, coming up again, consolidating, and then moving up to the target of $160,000. This is, I think, something that really makes sense. And the targets up here, the $500,000, the $1 million target, this is for the next bull market. So, of course, it is possible that Bitcoins just break through this and goes up here. But I think that we're now just starting to see mass adoption. We have PayPal and so on. So it's just starting. But imagine 3 years from now, or 4 years from now, when the next bull market starts, guys. Imagine the news that we will have at that time. I think the PayPal news could be like a joke compared to the news that we will have in 3 or 4 years when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now, I hope you get this point. I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. I don't think that it's very difficult. And you can really see that I'm not just saying something, I'm trying to prove it here with the historical price movement. And at the end, I want to show you something really important here that I think that we should pay attention to it. If we take a look at the RSI on the weekly chart, what we can see is with every bull market that we have, the RSI reaches a lower target, what gives us a bearish divergence on the weekly chart. Now this doesn't have to mean anything, right? So I mean, we're talking about over 10 years of price movement, right? This doesn't have to mean anything, but I think that these are very important points for Bitcoin. We're talking about all those really big tops here. I mean, at that time we had a bearish divergence on the weekly chart, and we had that bear market. And here we don't have it, but we still fall into the bear market, maybe because we made a lower high compared to this high. And as you can see, Bitcoin right now is about to reach this red line. Now what I did to get the position of this red line is I took a look at the distance between the peaks here, right? So this peak and this distance, so let's say this distance here and this distance here look very similar, and this distance looks very similar to this distance and this distance. And so I tried to really make the same line with the same distance here. And so we're really close to this. We are really, really close to this. And so I give it 1 or 2 weeks, if Bitcoin continues this uptrend, to reach this target of 81 on the weekly chart RSI, right? And what I think is going to happen there is that it will go up here and then just come down, really come down to the levels down here. So maybe to the 50 level, right? And then starting to turn around, giving us the next peak, maybe lower than this one. And then we will start to go into our bear market, right? So this is what I could imagine here if we believe that the movement here is very similar to what happened in 2011, 2013. I think this was the time here. So yeah, at this time. So if we say that we're doing the same like we did there, then we might see something like this. 2 peaks giving us a bearish divergence and then starting to go into the bear market. This could be our sign, guys. Now, how can you use all of this? Well, I think if you are prepared for a correction somewhere around $50,000, $55,000, and you really see us breaking down here, really crashing down here, like we did it here. So I mean, this is a weekly candle here. This is a huge weekly candle here, right? So if you believe in this, then I think that this is gonna happen. You will be prepared for it if you see it. And I mean, we at that time, if I make a horizontal line here, we reached, or let's say we move up this horizontal line. So we reached the 56 level of the RSI here, which is also an important level. And then we started to come back again, right? So these are things that we can have an eye on and see if it happens when the crash starts, right? Now, I don't want to say that I'm 100% sure of this crash. I don't want to say that, because we have a lot of institutional money coming into this market. But I think at some point, all of these institutions want their profits, right? And they want to buy Bitcoin much cheaper than it is up here at this stages, right? So if they sell one Bitcoin and can get back 2 or 3 Bitcoins for it, well, they're gonna do it, guys. And I think the crowd, the FOMO, will be again the loser here, because people will start to come in too late. And when they step in, they see it going down again, they sell at the wrong time, and then it starts to turn around and go up. I hope that our community won't do that mistake. But guys, be prepared. So something is happening here. So I don't think that this is just yeah, something that comes out of nowhere. It's really something that we can see in the chart here, that is showing us a yeah, a possibility that is really high. All right, guys. So I hope you liked this video. Before I end this video, I want to say that if you're not in our Discord channel, you should join. I try to give a lot of signals or information there. I'm working on a strategy that can help us to really start trading on a daily basis. This is difficult, but I think I'm getting very close to it. And also, we have the bot group, guys. It's amazing. The results are huge. So if you're interested in bot trading, come to our Discord and send us a message. And I think really our group is yeah, doing fantastic things. So I would love to see you there. So thank you very much, guys. If you like this content, please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, write something in the comments. If you have another opinion, then let me know that. That would be really nice, guys. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.